This is really, really unfortunate that I was really hoping to get domination because, like, it's the best mode and should be the only game mode in randoms. But Matchmaker was like, ha, fuck you, man. You thought you were going to have a good time? What a dumbass. And here we are in standard battles, so fuck me, I guess. Anyway, that aside, taking a look at the matchmaking, threats to my ship, only one radar in the Atlanta, no carrier, only one submarine, Moss, stored 43, a Fabuki, and a Nicholas for destroyers. We are top tier, which is unfortunate, but oh well. Cachalot submarine to piss me off. If this fucking Helena goes down the middle, I'm reporting him. Anyway, Rook and Asturias. I don't know how that's said, but that's how I'm gonna say it. Those two are in a division, so where there's one, there's the other. Atlanta is really the main thing I'm worried about. The Moss, Stored, Fabuki, and Nicholas, I'm pretty sure I can deal with. Also, just a quick note, this is only a 14-point captain, for the same reason that I run a, low point captain on Gupard. The thought is, by the time most people get to tier 7, that's probably around the captain level that they'll have, is around 13 to 15 points, somewhere in that like general range. It could be more, could be less, depending on the player, what kind of eco bonuses they have, or just straight up how good they are. But I did settle on a 14-point captain. That's a kind of like a middle ground, I guess. We are going to reload booster this Nicholas right here, because I want to try and get as much damage on him as possible. He is going to smoke up, which is a little unfortunate, but oh well. Got a decent little bit of chip on him. Those look like Atlanta shells right there. Yeah, those are definitely Atlanta shells. Look at the arcs that they're taking. And that smoke is just perfectly in the way to block the line of sight, which is really annoying. I tried to go out a little bit to try and spot that Atlanta, but it's not gonna happen. So oh well. That Colorado's turned way out in typical Colorado player fashion. That's pretty good. This guy is like blind firing, and actually those were pretty close. Well done to him, I guess. We are still being located right now, which doesn't tell us a whole lot. Considering that we are ahead of the Z-31. And the Z is going to sit in his smoke, it looks like. No, he's not. Okay. And there's the Fabuki, and I don't have a reload booster for this, which is unfortunate. But we're gonna have to deal with it. I don't want to go into that smoke right now, because I want that Fabuki to make sure that he stays spotted. Because the Z-31 is about to go behind the island and break the line of sight. That could be bad. No, we're good, we're good. And there we go. And we do end up immediately going dark, which is very helpful. That tells us that this Nicholas is either still in his smoke screen, or at very least wherever he is, he does not have line of sight with us. So, actually, that Nicholas looks like he's probably over, like, right around here. Because we did just drop off of our PF, so most likely it's on this Z-31 right here. And between that and also knowing... actually, no. I stand corrected. He looped back around, it looks like. But basically, the reason I thought he was where he was because when I dropped off of RPF right there, I was looking for where he was most like the next ship that was going to be most likely to be getting located. And in the case of where my team is, that would most likely have been the Z31. So between that and the fact that we were also that we went dark after that Fubuki died, that told us that wherever he was, he did not have line of sight with us. But we are just going to not be able to aim, for one thing. This is, like, really awkward. Now there's an Atlanta getting involved. There we go. I'm really not sure why that Nicholas thought it would be a good idea to open up, but okay. But anyway, like I was explaining earlier, the theory was, because we knew that wherever he was, he did not have line of sight with us, and the fact that his RPF dropped off of us, we had basically figured that he was most likely to be right around there, because that is the spot that checked most of, or both of those bills. It was out of line of sight, and it was closer to the 31, but ended up not being that accurate. But actually, is that RPF on the Atlanta? We are still being RPF'd. The Moss is spotted over there, and the Stored is, and he's still in his base. He was only spotted 20 seconds ago, and he's actually spotted right now. But, yeah, I honestly think that is an RPF Atlanta. So that actually explains why, that actually explains the, Nicholas being where he was. We thought it was his RPF, but it's looking like it's on the Atlanta. That is a very interesting choice for an Atlanta player, but okay. I think right now our play is probably going to be trying to get some spotting for our Rook or Nuremberg to clap out one of those cruisers with armor piercing, but it's not looking like it's going to happen. So we're just going to drop some Make-A-Wish torps out that way. Our Z31 is going to donate to an Atlanta, an Asturias, and a Rook because, well, I guess he wanted to get torpedoes off. Which is not a reason to do that, by the way. Like, I have no idea what that guy was thinking. But whatever. Right now, our goal is probably just going to be to delay rather than to destroy. Our Leon has got farmed out because he went into the middle because he's a dumbass. We do get a torpedo hit on the Asturias. I guess I really don't know how that thing is meant to be said. If you know, then you can tell me what a dumbass I am, and tell me how it's actually supposed to be said. But for right now, all we're gonna do is we're just aiming to keep them away from our base for as long as possible, to give our team on the other side as long as possible to get into their base. Our Nuremberg beached, which is really, really unfortunate. I'm gonna try and get a few more torpedoes off. I'm gonna aim for this Rook. Our Kamikaze might be having Stored problems, and our Helena might be about to have Colorado problems. And this Rook is going to turn all the way out, which is unfortunate. But, oh well, what can you do? All I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait for this guy to fire. Actually, I think... no. There he was. We're just going to try and get this guy on fire. Looks like he's probably not going to walk at our base, which is fine with me. I don't really care what he's doing as long as it's not walking at our base. He actually... I might have to, because our team is taking their sweet-ass time to do anything over there. So what I might be having to do is try and tie this guy up for as long as possible. But I also don't have my speed boost, which is unfortunate. On the bright side, we do have a Kamikaze Ard that can should be pretty easily able to deal with the Colorado. That Cachalot might complicate things a little bit, but he should hopefully be okay. He does have Leon airstrike support right now. One of our Helenas just donated, which is unfortunate. We also have not spotted either of those crew. Actually, no, there's one of them right there. If this Rook can finish this guy off, that would be ideal. Took a little bit of damage from that, but that's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and reload booster this guy, because I don't need my reload booster for anything. Their only destroyer is way up at the top of the map. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to, first of all, I'm just going to miss everything. But I'm just going to try and get as much damage off this guy as possible in order to help my team as much as possible. Why do these shells feel so much worse than Gupard? Like, I swear, these shells just feel a lot floatier than they should. I mean, I could just be bad at the game, but still. Oh, okay, whatever. Atlanta, that honestly should be fine. The Atlanta versus the Rook. This might be a dead Atlanta right there. Nope. This Atlanta's probably going to do a gamer turn. Because that Rook just fired. Nope, he's not. I was expecting that Atlanta to turn out knowing that that Rook had just fired. But he didn't. Okay, that is interesting, but he does him, I guess. We really need the rest of our team to not donate right here. Our Leon might be about to donate. Our Kamikaze just donated, which is actually really, really bad. Well, okay. Let's see. What do we have here? We're tied on ships, which is fine. But their Asturias is low, which is good. The Colorado is halved. The Rook is about a quarter. Our Leon is just going to donate. Oh my god. Okay, at very least, he's going to trade, which is fine. This is really going to be a problem, because our New Mexico, I don't even know what health that guy is on. Our Cachalot's off in fucking Narnia, doing God knows what. On the bright side, they do have mostly battleships left, which in theory should be relatively easy for me to deal with. But I actually think... Okay, their Bayern is pretty low. Yeah, there he goes. I'm actually going to go up the middle right here. And the biggest reason I'm going to do that is because I'm expecting this submarine to also go down the middle and slip into our base. That is his most likely play. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm just going to try and cut that off. After that, that submarine dies, ideally, I can just back into their base and go from there. I don't know why that guy thought it would be a good idea to use subradar. Our Rook needs to not donate. Our Rook is literally going to just donate to the enemy Rook in the Colorado, which is not ideal. Our fucking other destroyers up in Narnia, doing God knows what. I also might end up hitting a bunch of moss torpedoes, but I don't think he's going to be close enough to do that just yet. It is interesting that I haven't spotted the submarine yet. I figured I probably would have by now if he was going up here. But oh well. Our rook needs to not donate. Okay, I'm just going to try and get this submarine down. Nope. That is very unfortunate. I'm honestly okay with getting shot by the rook right here. Because we really, really need our rook to not donate. I have the health that I probably could tank a little bit of damage if I have to, but really I'm not happy with how our rook is going to play this. I'm just going to get rid of that ping. Rook is a fucking dumbass. We love submarines, by the way. Accelerate out of the way of that, please. Okay. We do manage to get a little bit on him, but our fucking rook needed to not just donate. Our jury is probably about to donate. The moss ends up burning out to the enemy, to our friendly destroyer rather, which is actually really, really important. And this cachalot is going to be focused on this destroyer that is directly in his mouth. So there goes our rook, who is a fucking dumbass and just decided to donate for absolutely no reason. So I think what my best play right now is going to be is to just probably... this rook is the biggest issue. I really want to... It's really tragic that we didn't manage to kill that submarine. Okay, so the rook is actually up there, which is big. It means as long as I don't face check a submarine, we should be okay. This actually could be a very, very bad maneuver from me. If this rook turns in, I'm not going to have any space to maneuver to get out. But we are such in a position. This guy needs to die. There we go. Okay. We are basically dead right here. Alright, we're just gonna reload booster this guy. We actually might get away with this if we can chainsaw this guy down with our armor piercing in time real quick! There we go. Okay, all we have to do is survive these shots from the Colorado, who is not even looking at us. Okay, we're good. We're good. Whew, that got a bit hairy, but we are going to win this game. They are down to their last ship, which is a 12k HP Colorado, who is off in nowhere useful. But even if he was in his base, even if he was fast enough to get to his base, it's not going to matter because he can't spot any of us. And that is going to be game. That got a lot hairier than it needed to be, but we did manage to pull it through, so that is... I mean, I guess that's going to be that. Pretty good little game. The Rook had a pretty good game. The Colorado, to his credit, also had a pretty good game as well. Our team kind of tried to throw that a little bit, but we did manage to carry them all the way, all across that finish line. The Rook, who I was shit-talking, to his credit, also placed second, but that also... He's also up against a Leon that went up the middle, so, I mean... And Z31, who thought it would be a good idea to gunfight an Atlanta, an Asturias, a Rook, and there was one other ship, I think. No, it wasn't the Nicholas, but whatever. That, I think, is going to be enough for today. Decent little game, and pretty good little game and a pretty good little destroyer. The entire French destroyer line from tier 6 and up is pretty solid, although you do have to get used to the shell arcs a little bit, as you saw me inting a whole lot of shots there. But in my defense, I don't really play this ship that much, and I don't really play the tier 6 that much either, so that's going to be my excuse. So anyway, that is going to be enough for today, so I will see you tomorrow.